E to the L to the U to the X to the E to the top. Smacking.
Hi guys, Qwerty Afro here, back with another Train Sim World Great Western Express video. Back in the series here with the second video on this newly released DLC, first UK and passenger service route for Train Sim World. I'm eager to get along and do some more videos for you guys. You guys have been great on the comment section on the previous video. I've seen some people giving me some recommendations of some services to do, and I will definitely be doing that. Also, I want to get through the 5 scenarios actually available for this route so far. There's only 5, so I guess it'll be alright to do them for the actual series. Today I think I'm gonna pick Westworld to do first, and then we'll just like go through all of the other ones to experience them all. I'm pretty sure you guys you'd like to see me play through all of them, so I'll do them eventually, and then for the series there'll be like a mixture of services as well. The description is basically you're scheduled to drive a high-speed service out of London to the West Country, but first you must get there. Catch a service into Paddington as soon as you can. Once there, head over and get things set up ready for departure. So it's going to be a nice mixture of passenger mode where we take a 1/6 in, I do believe, into Paddington, and then from Paddington we set up a HST and head out. I don't know where to. I think it's to Reading, but it's going to be the first time that I'm driving the HST on the channel. I think I've already driven it on like one of my streams before, so I've driven in it. It's been pretty good, but this is my first time on YouTube driving it, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Again, down below, do suggest me some sort of the services, because there's quite a lot of services to do of any kind of particular one. I think someone nicely suggested a service to do that, like I think there's only one service out of the whole lot on the 166 that stops at Hanwell, and someone suggested me to do that service, which I'll definitely will do at some point. I think this video will be the HST, and then the next video might be the 66, or I might do that special service, who knows. Before I get loaded in, the shoutouts for this video go to Aviation Baku and TheAsianAviator. That's again Aviation Baku and TheAsianAviator. Their links and stuff will be down below. If you would like a shout out, use the QWERTY forms link down below. Let's get into the game, guys. I'll see you in just a minute.
For a driver who's been delayed on another service, you're needed to take the train out to Reading, where the driver will continue the service as scheduled. Heading to London Paddington to pick up the train, be sure to arrive no later than 19:20.
Right, so as the lovely woman, which I do believe someone's told me that woman is the announcer for something. Is it a station? I forget. Someone's commented down below in one of the videos that this woman does the announcements for I think it might be Great Western, actually, Great Western Railway. She might be doing the announcements for the actual onboard announcements for the trains, for the 166s. I'm not too sure, but someone has told me what it is. I do apologise that I can't remember what it is. But as you can see, we're going to be getting on here on board as a passenger to show off some of the passenger kind of things. I don't know if you guys would like me to do once all these passengers. Okay, this is one thing, like you tend to bump around with the passengers when you're trying to get on board, but this is nice. I could even close the doors now if I really wanted to. I'm gonna open them. Gonna be that keen avid train spotter here, just like peeping out, seeing when the train's gonna go. It's pretty good. But these lights actually here, they de-illuminate when the train's doors are gonna close, so we can even just watch out for that if you want to see that. But someone has told me in the comments who that woman announces for. I think it is for GWR. I'm not too sure. Someone will correct me down below, but you know. But if I don't know if you guys would like me to actually do some of these kind of do like a passenger run. Okay, the doors are going to close now. There we go. Perfect. Let's get going, I say. There we go. It's a bit weird. The sound again is a bit iffy because I can hear now the sound engines, but normally when I do come in the cab, I can't hear them. So the sounds when you're like out and about and like going inside, they do muck up a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully that should be like patched at some point. But what I was going to say is, I don't know if you guys would like me to do like passenger runs where I'd take like a 166, do like a passenger run, like spawn in at a station, particularly, like just wait and I don't know. Would you guys like me to do that? I know like the kind of thing is driving these trains, but what about if oh, can I sit in these? Oh, that okay, that one kind of spawned through there like or whatever, but let's sit here for a little bit while we roll into London Paddington. We'll walk around a bit, we might even go to first class, but would you guys like me to do like maybe some passenger mode videos where like I don't know, take a HST. I think it was funny actually on the stream, a recent Friday night with QWERTY Afro stream, I was on a HST as a passenger, and I think we stopped at Slough, and I got off just to kind of wander around before we got back to Reading, and the door opened. I kind of went out, but then the doors closed, and I quickly reopened it to get back in, or the train would have left me. It was actually pretty funny. But you know, tell me down below if you would like me to do some of these kind of passengers kind of stuff. I don't know how interesting that would be. Maybe only like a few passenger stuff I could really do, like a few videos on just being a passenger. I think after a while it might get a little bit like, okay, I'm not really doing much. But the option's there in this game to be a passenger, and it is nice. And I've been a passenger now a few times myself. You know, just playing around myself with the game. And I have to say, like, looking outside and things going by, it does really look realistic, and I do feel like a passenger. But there's kind of, I don't know, it's a bit, obviously with the passenger animations, passengers don't walk and sit into the seats. They just kind of dissolve into the kind of gangway where the doors are and then just walk out. So there is still a little bit of, let's just go through here. There's still a bit of, kind of getting the kind of feel and the flow of passengers coming in and out. There's still no passengers that actually stand up in the train. So right now, I kind of, oh, another HST there. It's kind of like rush hour. I would say this is 7 o'clock now in the evening, but this is pretty much rush hour, I would say, in the evening. Maybe near the end or middle, probably near the end of rush hour. And normally in rush hour, you would get people standing up in the train. But you don't get that. So everyone's just sitting down. There's still kind of issues and stuff with passengers where, like, the last train that goes into, say, like, the depot at Old Oak Common from London Paddington, there's people actually still on board while you go into the depot, which is a bit, like, okay, there shouldn't be people here, it should be an empty train, but that's still, again, I guess, stuff that Dovetail need to kind of sort with the passengers. But yeah, I would love to see standing passengers. I'd love to see like overcrowding in a like kind of way that where some passengers actually try to get on board, but then they actually decide not to get on board because it's too crowded. I don't know if that could be kind of arranged, but because right now it just and I think right now also like with I went on a HST. And first class is absolutely packed, and then there's loads of seats spare in standard class, and that doesn't really sound realistic to me. It should be like first class not having any sort of. Let me just sit here next to my friends here, my passengers here. Like first class shouldn't be overbooked. I don't even know. Maybe in real life first class is overbooked, but I've never been on a train where first class is overbooked and standard class isn't. But yeah, I think it would be good to have like a kind of sense of like when it is rush hour, it is a full train and people are like, you know, standing up. This would be nice if it worked. I think this is kind of something that will be eventually implemented. I know that there's a whole thing with the destination boards at stations, the destination board on the trains at the front of the trains that display the actual destination of the train. I think station announcements as well, and a few other things to do with these kind of like information displays and stuff in game. I think that is coming. People have been telling me that Dovetail are working on that, so I'm definitely very eager to see that, because that would definitely add a little bit more kind of variety in terms of like when you are a passenger, it will just make your passenger experience in the passenger mode of play a lot more better. I definitely think station announcements and station displays, like dot matrix information, will definitely make the passenger mode feel a lot more just a lot more better, because you want to get into a station, and like you don't want to be waiting there like half an hour not knowing what the next train is in half an hour. You want to be able to like see the information and go, oh, it's actually in the next half an hour, that's fine. Oh, I might pop over to the next platform and I might see when the next train is there and just do some train spotting. But right now you're kind of just there at a station doing some random train spotting where you're just kind of just guessing and waiting when the next train is. You might you could have like you can download a timetable of all of the services, I think, online, but it just would be nice if in game it gave more kind of hints and stuff to like when the next services are. And I'm guessing all these kind of stuff is going to come in like up in future like patches and stuff that they're going to implement, because obviously this is not, I definitely don't see this as the kind of final build for Great Western Express. I definitely see a lot more changes and stuff to be added. We could even go and say hello to our driver here. Don't want to disturb him. Everything looks clear. It's a bit rainy actually, isn't it? It's not a nice day for this Westworld scenario, but you know, we'll take what we can get. You obviously can't open the toilets, which is like, I feel like you should be able to at least open the door to the toilet, and there should be just a model. I don't want a working toilet. I wouldn't mind a model toilet. Now these doors are just, you gonna let me through? No. Okay, let me reset and go back in. No, these doors are like a bit fiddly. Okay, that's just not gonna let me go through, so we're fine. We're just stuck here in and what did I do there? Like, sometimes I hear the random scenario marker thing go by, and it just randomly just alerts me, and there's, yeah, like right there, like what have I done? I don't know. But we're nicely coming in here into London Paddington. I like this approach. It's very nice. I wonder what I've also heard. Well, someone commented on my previous Train Sim World video of my first drive of the Great Western Express that apparently a 387 is something that's in development apparently for the route. Which, if it is, I'm very excited about that, because that'd be such a nice addition to the Great Western Express route. Because I guess in a way, right now, it's in this kind of phase, this route, it's in this kind of phase where it's kind of like, you know, it is being electrified. But imagine if, like, you know, in a couple of months, or maybe, I don't know, half a year, something like that. I'm just throwing around random kind of time frame numbers here. But imagine if they updated and go, oh yeah, we're updating the route to be more, to reflect more of how the route is today, and we're electrifying more of the route. And then we release a 387. Now that would be really cool. Anyway, coming in here, I think the platform is on this side. And one of those HSTs on one of those platforms, either like, I think it's like 3 or 3 or 2 or 4. One of those HSTs is ours to take, ours to set up, to begin our shift. Right. There we go. Welcome to London Paddington. Head over to the concourse, to the main station concourse, will do. While everyone's just spawning there off the train, I'm gonna run over to my trains. Look at, okay, this is I guess this is definitely not realistic to a real Paddington station. I don't think everyone stands around like zombies and doesn't do anything, even though maybe in some like times of the morning Everyone does look like a zombie. I don't think they just stand around. I think people have places to go. Right, what is our HST here? Is it... Head over to the main station concourse. Did I... Oh, where is this? I think I didn't... I needed to get a... hit a marker or something like that. I didn't hit a marker. Where is this marker? 22 yards, 15 yards, 10, 9, 8, 5. What? Where is this marker? 5, 4. Head. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. I might have turned off the markers, actually. That's why. If I maybe press Control... Ah, there we go. I don't like having these things on when I'm driving, but I guess when I'm walking they'll be actually decent to have on. So I'll just keep them on. So let's just run over here. And yeah, I'm guessing, yeah, it's this train here. Right, complete departure proceedings for a timely 7:30 departure. Oh, so we have quite a little bit of time to kill actually here. Which is alright. Do a nice little setup of the train, and then we could even do a little inspection, just go around and, I don't know, greet passengers that have come on, and who knows, just time to kill. I really wish you can't access the luggage compartment, which is, you know, it would have been nice. You just open there, just walk around, or even have like luggage. Get luggage that fills up in there. That would be nice. Right. HST. Looking good. It does look in this. It looks very good in this game. Anyway, let's get in here. Let's set this bad boy up. Let's get that today. Reverser. There we go. Press tab to bring up the dispatch menu. Oh, is that, yeah. So from the HST, there's no buttons to press to open the doors or unlock the doors. You have to do it from the tab menu thing, which well, I guess the guards in real life open them, operate the doors, so that's why there's nothing up here in the front, I'm assuming. So let's unlock that for the passengers to start boarding our train. I'm gonna put on AWS. Did a little test there. I like driving with the AWS. Oh, and I guess that HST is off before us. Let's get the wipers on as well, so we can see outside. But I think generally that is pretty much it. We're solid for the setup. We essentially just have to wait now. We can watch this HST go out. It's going rather slow. Or is it slowing down? Oh, it's slowing down. Oh, you can see these. Little black markers. It's that kind of glitch with the HST. Annoyingly, nothing we can do. Wait, am I getting an early departure or something? Because I have a green light here. No, it says wait until 7:30. And I'm guessing this. I'm guessing this HST is. It needs to go before us, I assume, because we've got a green light, but I can't depart till 7:30. So I don't know. This is a thing with some of the AI trains, or I don't know if it's scripted in this scenario. Some of the AI trains, when they depart a station, so say if there's a red signal, at the station, the AI will close the doors and creep up to the signal and just wait there, and I don't think that's very realistic, because obviously in real life, if there's a red light, the driver would just stay in the platform and leave the doors open until the red light's cleared green, from like the most cases that I know of. There's another 166 coming in here. Anyway, guys, I will catch you at 7:30. We're not going to sit here for another 10 minutes doing nothing, so I'd rather just skip this along so we can get going at 7:30. So once 7:30 comes along, we shall get going. It's basically less than a minute now coming up here to 7:30. I've noticed that, so like that HST that did come in, there was one that came in and now it's ready to go. It's again crept up forward to the red light, like this HST on platform 1. Then another HST has come on another platform over there, I think on platform 6 or 7, and probably that one will do the same thing. I can see, yeah, I think that's a 166 that's crept up to a red light. So yeah, there's quite a lot of this creeping up to red light at a station kind of business going on with the AI. Very similar as well to the AI in the previous gen of Train Sim. So I don't know why this is still an issue, where basically these trains just line up here and wait till there's a red line. They should just wait in the station. I think that's my kind of opinion on that. They should just wait at the station with the doors open. Once that's ready, then the doors should close. And I don't know if this is bad scripting, or I don't know, because these HSTs are just here, it feels like they need to go before me, but I'm scheduled. I have the green light for some really weird reason. I've had the green light for the last 15 minutes. Anyway, let's get on board our train. Let's get out of here, really. So acknowledge the guard. We're pressing the 2 with 2 presses. Where is the guard thing? I think it's here. Is that fine? Yeah, good, lovely. Right, get the brakes to running, so they release. Signal permitting, allow play, yeah, we're fine. So let's get some power and let's get out of here of London Paddington. If everything is, yeah, everything's forward. Idle. That's in forward, yeah. Right, what am I not doing right here? That's reset. Everything is good. I think we should be rolling now. We should be out. Right, and we're off. I was a bit of a clumsy fool, actually, because I left the doors open, and I was wondering why. I was trying to speed up here for the last couple of minutes, and I only realised that the doors were open, and that's why my brake pressure was not down at 0. So bit of a delay to the service, guys, and for the passengers to know, but we should be off. We should be able to make up some time, hopefully. The line should be clear for us, so it's all good. So hope you guys are going to enjoy this non-stop service to Reading. I don't think we're even calling at Slough or Maidenhead, so we're going directly to Reading with a arrival time. Well, I'm guessing we're supposed to be there at 8:01, but I think we might get there maybe a couple of minutes later than that, but it should be alright. Should be. I was a bit embarrassed there that I didn't check the doors were open. I was just wondering. I was there. I kind of like transitioned off recording there. I was wondering, oh my god, is my train broken? But it wasn't. It was just me being me. And and now I have all these HSTs that have been just waiting around. Well, there's this one now waiting to even get a platform, which is kind of crazy. But then again, as I said, there is a problem with those HSTs. They're even the ones that were before I was scheduled to leave. I hope like kind of scripting of AI could be a little bit better, because it's a kind of like, in real life you do not see trains creep up to a red signal at a station. You just see them wait at a station, and once they've been given a clear path, then they close the doors and then they get going. So hopefully maybe that could be rectified at some point. But we're on our way in this HST. And look at this, getting a 166 here. Let's increase our power a bit, because I don't want a 166 to. I don't want that to get up ahead of us. We're the faster train here. Let me get into this. I like this camera, the one that's detached from the train, so you can kind of move around almost. It's kind of like a number 8 camera, the free camera combined with the number 2 and 3 camera, which is really cool. And here I can just kind of ride along, and I should lay off the throttle here a bit, but look at that. In unison, HST and 166. Very nice. Oh, is the horn working? I don't think the horn was working. Well, the low tone's working. I can't get the high. Oh, there we go. Lovely stuff. Anyway, we're just essentially coming here out the approach of London Paddington. We're just gonna slowly but surely just gain some more speed. I think this 166 is gonna start. I'll let it creep up a little bit. I'll let him get a little bit more ahead of me. Let him get that speed and make him think that he's faster. But that's cool. I like that. I like a bit of train racing. We can see the weather outside's absolutely horrible, but I do like the weather elements in this game. It looks very pretty, and it looks very realistic to what London, or like where the UK is, all gloomy and wet. This is great. Let me add a little bit more power. I do want to get a bit more power now. Unfortunately, with the train sim world, there's no passenger view. When you're in the cab here of the train, you cannot go into the passenger view. You can like in the 166, you can walk around and go into the passenger view and sit down and be a passenger, which is kind of dangerous because you're letting the train drive itself. Let me just also turn off that. I don't like having that on there. I like having it just in the top left in that kind of UI thing. Anyway, let's increase the thing. That 166 is really getting away. Don't worry, but we'll catch up to it. But what you can really do in the HST is kind of just get up here and kind of, you can't even unlock the door because it's locked when it's moving, which is good. I'd be a bit worried if it wasn't locked. All right, well, max throttle, nothing more. I think isn't the HST only has 5 notches of power, while I think the 166 has 7. But then again, the 166 cannot go 125 miles per hour because the HST, the good old 4.3, is still, I think it's incredible to think that it is still the fastest diesel locomotive in the world. I don't know if that's in terms of power or if that's in terms of in-service operation, because I'm pretty sure there are diesel locomotives that could probably maybe out the HST, but they're just not allowed to do the speeds that like the HST is capable of doing. I'm not too sure about that. There's some nice DB Schenker carriages, which I'm looking forward to doing a scenario actually in the 6.6. That should be good. Damn, this 166 has gone up ahead, hasn't it? It is. Oh, there I see it. We're coming up to it. Couldn't have the crown. We're going to take back the crown from it. There we go. I really hope to see at some point as well in Train Sim World Great Western Express if we can get the dynamic line livery. I have mentioned this, and I think most people would love to see the dynamic line livery in this, just so there's a bit of variation, because it just feels like all the trains now just look the same, and there's no real kind of contrast in kind of, or like variety in the actual stock. That's kind of like, there's the 166 and the HST, but it would be nice if some of the HSTs was to still had the dynamic lines, if some of the 166s had the dynamic lines and some of the 166s had the plain first Great Western blue. You know, it would be nice to just have that kind of contrast, and it definitely would be like, oh, well, what are you going to see next coming by? You're going to see a dynamic lines HST, or you're going to see a green GWR, you're going to see just a plain blue first Great Western HST. You know, it would be nice. It make the whole kind of contrast of stock that's drivable on this route. I think it would look a lot cooler. I don't know if any of you guys would agree. I hope that's something that they would add as a kind of a free edition, and I'm sure because they have the licensing from GWR, I'm sure they would be able to include the dynamic lines livery, because they obviously got the licensing if they could do the GWR stuff. So I think that'd be a cool thing to actually have included in this game. And also, there's no 4-camera as well in this game, so I can't do any kind of like panning shots unless I go on to the free cam and go up ahead and then watch the train go by, which is would be cool if they did put some sort of 4 kind of camera in, like a more improved, updated 4-camera, because I thought the 4-camera in the previous Train Sim was a bit it was fine when it did some of the shots, but some of the shots where it would always kind of clip on, like pretend there was a bridge up ahead and did like a kind of bridge shot, I didn't like those ones. I prefer the ones where it was on the side of the track and you would see the train go kind of from the side instead of from the top. But it would be cool to see some sort of 4-camera at some point. Doesn't have to be right now, but it would be something cool to see in the future. I don't know what you guys think about a 4-camera. Oh, I'm going to lower off the power here because I don't know if we're going to have a... Can I get... I think... Because I have this speed one, I don't know if we actually have to lower speed at some point here. I think we might actually have to. Because that AWS was probably for a speed, like a speed restriction, or well, not a speed restriction, but just maybe a lower speed limit coming up. Maybe, or just points coming up. But we're here at Airport Junction, where the Heathrow Connect and Express connects off and goes into Heathrow. Maybe one day we'll get the Heathrow branch. Who knows? Would be nice to see though. And now we're no longer in electrified kind of territory. See, this is like the thing where, like, maybe in the future, maybe this route could be updated where everything here where I'm driving now is electrified, maybe up to Reading. So then if maybe the future, this kind of rumoured 387 that's maybe in development could come into play, that would be really nice. And would be kind of a nice addition on our fast kind of maybe electric multiple unit or electric loco. Would be really nice to see, because we've been given enough diesel. We've been given enough diesel, and diesel's fine, but I'm an electric fanboy. At the end of the day, if I had to pick, I'd pick electric. I just prefer electric trains. Like, I have nothing against diesel trains. I like the HST. I'm not a fan of the 166, but definitely prefer, even though most of the electric trains are pretty dull, like I don't like the Electrostars, the Electrostar series at all. Neither the Desiro series. I like the new Adventure series though. What they're going to be using on Crossrail and eventually on London Overground as well. Those are quite nice. A bit different now from Bombardier. Instead of just like cram packing the south with with Electrostars. Right, I think I can increase a bit more power, even though we're kind of at 106 miles per hour, which I think that's alright. Let's get out here. Look at that. Glorious. We're making headway here. There, that's all you're gonna get from like a kind of flyby here. That's all I can kind of do, unless I kind of speed up to the like speed up a couple of miles in front and position the camera. Don't really actually know where we are currently. I don't know this route too well. I've never actually been on this route, I think. I've been like to Slough, I think that's the furthest I've gone from like London Paddington, and this was years ago. This is when like the Thames Clipper livery, kind of white and lime green livery on the 166 networkers were about, and I think that's the only thing I took. I've never been on a HST down here or like anywhere to the south, like to Bristol or Swindon or Exeter or Cardiff. Right, another AWS, maybe potentially a speed decrease. No, I don't know why does it give me an AWS there if it just clears itself now when it comes to a green? Is there like a junction coming up or something that it's kind of prematurely warning me about? Not too sure about that. I think this is Slough. Yeah, I think it is Slough. Oh, that's a nice bay. Oh, and that's a branch line here, I presume. Yeah, because there was a 166 there in the bay. In the bay platform. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your driver speaking. Welcome aboard this first Great Western service to... Ooh, this is the part where I can't really like, because obviously it just goes to Reading, which no HST terminates at Reading, so I'm just going to be like, well, this is your service to Penzance or Plymouth or even Bristol. Our next station on this route is Reading, where we will have a driver change. That's the only kind of excuse I can come up with to kind of justify like not continuing from Reading. And this is what I mean with this route. Like, it's a great kind of start to the kind of train sim series with the UK and kind of like passenger routes, but for the HST, I really feel it's such a waste having the HST in this game right now, because obviously all I'm doing is I'm just coasting along to Reading here, and that's it. And we're pretty much nearly to Reading right now, maybe another, what, 5-10 minutes, and that's it. And to me, this is not really a high-speed section of line. There's still... This is like the beginning bit, like past Reading. That's where it gets interesting for the HST. That's where it gets fun, and that's where it's like high speed for the HST. Well, here, yeah, sure, I'm going 120, almost 125 as well, but it's not. I don't think it's enough for the HST to be like, because right now I do this, but that's it. That's all I can do, and then I can do a return trip, and then for me that's kind of it with the HST. There's nothing really exciting or different that you can do with the HST on this route. While the 166 I think is more justifiable, because obviously it's quite a nice stopping service between Reading and London Paddington. But for the HST, I feel it's just a bit wasted in this kind of route, because obviously it's not long enough for it. But you know, they wanted to add it, and it's nice. It's a nice HST. It's a nice train. Looks really good in Unreal Engine 4. And that glitch is so annoying, but hopefully it will get fixed at some point. Alright, lay off the throttle there a bit again. I'm just kind of like speeding up here. I'm just kind of speeding up here to like near 125 and then just letting go of the throttle, letting it close, then it just goes back down to like just below 120 and that's it, and then I just speed it up again. That's all I can do. It's nothing too dramatic here. Oh, another little 166 there. Chugging along. Oh. I like the fact that you can say, like now it's like moving camera when you don't have the mouse, but then you right click and then you can basically, like similar to how you can do it in Flight Sim, where you can just like edit and do little things with the buttons and stuff like that, which is parked. What does parked wipers do? Oh god. So if I wash, what does the wash setting do? Is that when like you go through the washer at the depot? I'll just leave it on. Don't know if there's any difference between wash and on. Is TPWS even I don't even think TPWS is simulated in this. Not too sure. I still can't turn off motion blur though. They have put in that update where you can press Control F2, but I just can't seem to with my game turn it off. But again, as I've indicated, I'm alright with the motion blur. I think it makes it look realistic. It does cover up some of the graphics though. It makes everything kind of blurred where you can't see kind of the details and stuff, which is kind of like it's alright. I think it makes it look more real, and it's something that like obviously the original train sim doesn't have, so everything looks kind of like just kind of standard really. Like when I'm a passenger, the motion blur is really nice. I think for the passenger mode, when you're sitting in the passenger seat and you're looking out the window, the motion blur is really nice because that's how you kind of see things in real life anyway. But here we have coming up to 7 miles to Reading. As you can see, we're pretty much good. I don't know if we can actually make this for 8:01. I'm kind of curious here because we did leave a little bit late because of my little mishap here with forgetting to close the doors, but I think we could make it in, what's this, we have about like 4, 5, 6 minutes left, and we have 6 miles, so we have to do like a mile a minute, which I think at this speed I think we can definitely do that, even though I'm gonna coast off here a little bit. But tell me your thoughts and stuff down below about what do you think about having like the dynamic lines liveries, or like for the HST and the 166, and maybe even having like some more liveries for the 66. So having maybe like a Freightliner, because I'm sure DB Schenker is not the only freight line operating company on the Great Western main line. I'm pretty sure you might have your Freightliners and your EWSs and stuff like that. But I'm not too sure. I don't know much about the freight company world or much about freight. Not my interests, but it would be nice. Like, as I said, like with CSX Heavy Haul, we got that extra livery which you can swap out when you go into like the view, like on the services where you can pick an individual loco. There's a kind of thing where you can switch between liveries. So there's obviously that in the game. There is the option for like liveries right now, but I think people like SUPABs as well, who make skins for the previous train sim, he's tried to like look into seeing if you can like retexture these trains, but apparently there's no like folders and stuff for it to do it. So currently there's not a way to even make third party reskins, so it's kind of up to when Dovetail kind of implement that in, or when they themselves kind of put it in. I'd like to see it. Would be cool. And I don't see why not. I don't like, they have the licensing as I already kind of indicated. Obviously first gave them the license to do this GWR branding and stuff, so why can't we get a bit of their older heritage, you know? Get some of the Barbie action in here. Anyway, I think I'm not gonna accelerate anymore because we are now coming up to 2 miles, and I think we don't need any more acceleration. We need some brake action now, essentially. So I'm gonna initialize some braking here. Might even put it up to brake 2, and I need to because there we go. 60 is the next. There we go. 60 is the next speed limit, and I'm kind of braking a little bit harshly here because I have to. 500 yards to the next speed limit. And then you can see here the are these the Southwest Trains lines, or Southwestern Railway now as it's called? Are these those lines that come in here through here? I can't see the third rail, so I'm guessing not. Maybe they're a little bit further down. Right. I think I slowed down a little bit too much there. Increase a little bit of power actually coming into you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been now approaching Reading. This is your service to Bristol, let's say. We'll be having a driver change here, so we'll be lighting here for like about an extra 5 or 10 minutes or so. I have the thing on here, which I normally don't have on. I don't know why it's on, but I'll have it on anyway for now because it's a nice guide, I suppose. That these things you can actually have here on the station tracks, which actually give you kind of an indication of where you actually have to stop, which is a nice touch actually. Even though here I have my HST marker, which is giving me a good indication, but. Oh, I think that might be perfect. Look at that. First time stopping here at Reading with the HSTs, and I got a perfect on the dot stop. Right, let's unlock the right doors. There we go. One thing with this free camera is you can't go. Yeah, you can see here. Look at this. I can't go under. I think with with this camera I can, but with the free camera. Or even with this camera, look at this. I can't go at the station level, so I can't actually like go here and just have a look. I can only basically, I'll just go out here and open the door and just go and have a look at the doors that I've opened. But that's a bit annoying. I definitely think there needs to be some like camera work that needs to improve with the kind of cameras and stuff because they are a bit glitchy. And then here, look at this, WH Smith in here. Did they get licensing from WH Smith? Damn. And WH Smith's in with the licensing for Train Sim World. But anyway, this is Reading. And oh my god, I didn't even turn on the lights for the passengers. I feel so bad.
Hopefully the other driver will be along shortly.
Move to the exit. Oh, I need to move to the exit. Right, where is that? I need to put on that. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Another driver will relieve me and you'll probably take it to wherever the service is going next. But we're going to go up here into Reading, which I have to say, Reading, I've not been to Reading Station, but I've seen the kind of pictures and stuff of like its new kind of concourse and stuff, and just the whole like re-improvement of Reading. And I have to say it looks very detailed for in this game. Right, let's go here. I'm guessing that's it. And we're done, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was me doing the Westworld scenario in a very kind of wet, damp kind of evening. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Some gameplay for you guys of the HST. Maybe the next video I might do one on service on the 166. Might do that one that someone suggested that stops at Hanwell. I think it's the only service scheduled throughout the day that actually stops at Hanwell, which should be interesting. Or I might even do a 6-6. I probably do the Hanwell one because I kind of want to do that one more than the freight scenario or a freight service. But I hope you guys enjoy that. Do tell me, keep like suggesting me stuff that you want me to do for Train Sim World Great Western Express, and I shall get to doing it at some point. The shoutouts again for this video go to Aviation Baku and the Asian Aviator. That's again Aviation Baku and the Asian Aviator. The links to stuff we down below. Show them some love. I will see you guys in another video, another Train Sim Great Western video or stream or whatever I do. But I hope you guys have a lovely day. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
We ain't never